let's open it up with Colossians 3:17. Read.
This is the book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 17. Whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of Mashiach Yahushua, giving thanks to the power and the Father by him.
Right, so everything we do in word and deed, everything we say, everything we do, understand that we are representing the Most High and Mashiach. Okay? Before we get to the portion, let's go to, give me Jeremiah 6:16. We'll touch on two scriptures real quick. All right? To understand why it's important that we go through the portion. Right? Go through the portion weekly. Because when we read the portion, we are reading our heritage, our history. This is where we get our understanding of the Most High. You understand? A lot of people are confused when they read the Bible and why there's so many doctrines and everybody's so misunderstanding. It's because they don't know the history. All right? They don't know the Most High. They don't know that the Lord chose Israel. Right? When Israel was written on every page of the Bible. All right? So that's why we go into the Torah. Right? Get our instructions, where we pull our instructions from. Right? Read.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 6 and verse 16. Thus saith the Most High, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths.
Ask for the what?
The old paths.
No, the new way.
The old paths.
You understand? And that's the problem. All right? Our people aren't seeking for the old path. They say, oh, it's 2020. Things is different now. All right? But what has that thinking given us? All right? Except more abortion.
Right.
All right? Absolutely. Most I say he don't change. All right? The only thing, not seeking the old path has gotten us into trouble. It's destroying us as a people. All right? Homosexuality is at an all-time high. All right? Pedophilia, child molestation. All right? All of these things because we reject the Most High's laws. All right? We have no understanding. You understand? Read that again.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 6 and verse 16. Thus saith the Most High,
right? Stand
ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old path.
Ask for the old path. Even how we dress. All right? We wear these garments, and we go. They say we look crazy. All right? But what? This is our heritage. This is our cultural wear. You understand? Most High is a man of war. We are men of war. Right? We wear glorious warlike apparel, All right? Read on.
Where is the good way? And walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls.
Exactly. We can find rest in our souls. We seek the old path. See, one of the things that really destroyed us as a people, as soon as we came off the ships, all right, what they do? They separated us from our family. You separate a child from their family, simple things that those parents cannot pass down to that child. All right? Language is a big one. All right? But just simple interaction that child can learn from. You understand? Cannot get passed down. So that's why it's important right now that we seek the old path and we walk therein. All right, let's go to the portion. Numbers 8.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 8 and verse 1. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto Aaron, and say unto him, when thou lightest the lamps, the 7 lamps shall give light over against the candlestick. And Aaron did so. He lighted the lamps thereof over against the candlestick, as the Most High commanded Moses.
Right, so he lighted the light against the candlestick, right? No, we don't speak like that, right? When something's against you, it's in front of you. All right, that's what it's saying. So to light it in a certain way so that the light shines in a certain direction. Read on.
Verse 4. And this work of the candlestick was of beaten gold, unto the shaft thereof, unto the flowers thereof, was a beaten work, according unto the pattern which the Most High had showed Moses. So he made the candlestick. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, take the Levites from among the children of Israel, and cleanse them. And thus shalt thou do unto them, to cleanse them. Sprinkle water of purifying upon them, and let them shave all their flesh, and let them wash their clothes, and so make themselves clean. Then let them take a young bullock with his meat offering, even fine flour mingled with oil. And another young bullock shalt thou take for a sin offering. And thou shalt bring the Levites before the tabernacle of the congregation. And thou shalt gather the whole assembly of the children of Israel together.
Right.
And thou shalt bring the Levites before the Most High, and the children of Israel shall put their hands upon the Levites.
Right. So right now, right, what's happening? The Most High is setting up to separate Levi from his brethren, from the rest of the nation of Israel. All right. We already read that he was going to do that. You understand? So even within the nation of Israel, right, the Lord chose Levi. You understand? So the Most High is always dealing in a situation where he has his chosen people who he talks to, he deals with. There's always order. Right? So why would any of that change? Right? How can this be opened up for everybody? You understand? Even within Israel, he's setting order, or a hierarchy. All right? So all the children of Israel putting their hand on Levi. Now read on.
Verse 11. And Aaron shall offer the Levites before the Most High for an offering of the children of Israel.
Read that again.
And Aaron shall offer the Levites before the Most High for an offering of the children of Israel.
Right. So it's almost similar to in the previous portion we read with the goat. Right? They put the sin, they put their hands on the goat. Right? The whole nation just put the sin on the goat, and they let the goat wander off. Right? That's where we get the term scapegoat today. You understand? So the whole nation of Israel just did what? They put their hands on the Levi, on the tribes of Levi, right? And they're offering now Levi to the Most High. Read on.
That they may execute the service of the Most High. And the Levites shall lay their hands upon the heads of the bullocks. And thou shalt offer the one for a sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering unto the Most High, to make an atonement for the Levites.
Right.
And thou shalt set the Levites before Aaron, and before his sons, and offer them for an offering unto the Most High. Thus shalt thou separate the Levites from among the children of Israel, and the Levites shall be mine. And after that shall the Levites go in to do the service of the tabernacle of the congregation. And thou shalt cleanse them, and offer them for an offering. For they are wholly given unto me from among the children of Israel. Instead of such as open every womb, even instead of the firstborn of all the children of Israel, have I taken them unto me. For all the firstborn of the children of Israel are mine, both men and beasts. On the day that I smote every firstborn in the land of Egypt, I sanctified them for myself.
Right. So we see that there's a reason why the Most High is doing everything. Right? And the reason why is always going back to history. It's always going back. He's always bringing up Egypt, everything he did. He was so meticulous in the decisions that he's making. Now read on.
Verse 18. And I have taken the Levites for all the firstborn of the children of Israel. And I have given the Levites as a gift to Aaron and to his sons from among the children of Israel, to do the service of the children of Israel in the tabernacle of the congregation, and to make an atonement for the children of Israel, that there be no plague among the children of Israel, when the children of Israel come nigh unto the sanctuary.
Right. So the Levites now are being presented to to Aaron. All right. This is Aaron's army, basically. Right, to do the work of the Most High inside the tabernacle. Right, and we read that the work of the Most High, work of the tabernacles were divvied by family. Each family had specific duties when it came to the temple work. Right, read on.
Verse 20. And Moses and Aaron and all the congregation of the children of Israel did to the Levites according to unto all that the Lord commanded Moses concerning the Levites. So did the children of Israel unto them. And the Levites were purified, and they washed their clothes, and Aaron offered them as an offering before the Most High. And Aaron made an atonement for them to cleanse them. And after that went the Levites in to do their service in the tabernacle of the congregation before Aaron and before his sons, as the Most High had commanded Moses. concerning the Levites, so did they unto them. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, This is it that belongeth unto the Levites. From 25 years old and upward they shall go in to wait upon the service of the tabernacle of the congregation. And from the age of 50 years they shall cease waiting upon the service thereof, and shall serve no more.
Right. So what's significant about 50 years old?
That's eldership.
Right. That's the eldership. So it's just basically their retirement. You understand? They're going to put their time in, and then when they reach 50 years old, they get to rest from the work they've been doing. Because you got to understand, this is constant work. Right? The temple is running 24 hours a day. Right? So it takes a lot of time, a lot of dedication. Right? Read on.
Verse 26, But shall minister with their brethren in the tabernacle of the congregation, to keep the charge, and shall do no service. Thus shalt thou do unto the Levites, touching their charge. Chapter 9. And the Most High spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, and the first month of the 2nd year, after they were come out of the land of Egypt, saying, Let the children of Israel also keep the Passover at this appointed season. In the 14th day of this month, at even, he shall keep it in his appointed season, according to all the rites of it, and according to all the ceremonies thereof, shall ye keep it. And Moses spake unto the children of Israel, that they should keep the Passover. And they kept the Passover on the 14th day of the first month at even, in the wilderness of Sinai. According to all that the Most High commanded Moses, so did the children of Israel.
Right, so now this is them. They're keeping the Passover in the wilderness of where? Mount Sinai. All right, that's the location where the nation of Israel is currently at. Read on.
Verse 6. And there were certain men who were defiled by the dead body of a man, that they could not keep the Passover on that day. And they came before Moses and before Aaron on that day. And those men said unto him, We are defiled by the dead body of a man. Wherefore are we kept back, that we may not offer an offering of the Most High in his appointed season among the children of Israel.
Right, so these men were defiled by a dead body. All right, what are some other ways that a man can be unclean, can be called unclean?
Man with his wife on period.
A man is never to lay with his wife.
That's where you can be unclean, though.
Having a wound, the open sore.
Right, a running issue. Right, dealing with the dead body, dealing with a woman. Period. Right. Right. You're become unclean. When a woman is on her cycle, she is unclean, and you are not to lay with a woman while she's on her cycle.
If your seed goes forth from you, then you're
Absolutely, right? Absolutely, right? These are a state of uncleanliness, right? And you understand when, especially when the Shabbat is coming up, right? You try to keep yourself clean for the Shabbat, to attend Shabbat and do your duties. You understand? Now, women, on the other hand, there's certain things they can't control, right? Which is nothing wrong with that, right? But the Most High sets out rules, and things for that. You understand? Read on.
Verse 7. And those men said unto him, We are defiled by the dead body of a man. Wherefore are we kept back, that we may not offer an offering of the Most High in his appointed season among the children of Israel.
Right. And if you if you touch a dead body, how long are you defiled for? How long are you unclean?
7 days.
7 days. 7 days. If you touch a dead body, you are unclean 7 days. All right, read on.
And Moses said unto them, Stand still, and I will hear what the Most High will command concerning you. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If any man of you or of your posterity shall be unclean by reason of a dead body, or be in a journey afar off, yet he shall keep the Passover unto the Most High. The 14th day of the 2nd month, at even they shall keep it, and eat it with unleavened bread and bitter herbs.
Right. So the 14th day at even on the 2nd month. You understand? So if you have an issue where you can't be in Israel for the Passover, or you're unclean, you keep it when? 14th day of the 2nd month. Come, read on.
Verse 12. They shall leave none of it unto the morning, nor break any bone of it. According to all the ordinances of the Passover, they shall keep it.
Right. So any food that at the Passover, that all the food had to be eaten. You couldn't take nothing home. You can't leave nothing up for the next day. All right. Leave your doggy bags and whatnot. All right. Everything had to be eaten, and whatever's not eaten, you had to burn. Okay. Read.
Verse 13. But the man that is clean and is not in a journey and forbear to keep the Passover, even the same soul shall be cut off from among his people.
Shall be what?
Cut off from among his people.
Right. So that's just a man who just didn't go. All right. It wasn't the fact that he was unclean. All right. Or he was somewhere. He just didn't go. He didn't show up. And what's going to happen to him?
He shall be cut off from among his people.
So let me ask you this. How many of us grew up doing the Passover? Right? None of us. Right? So we're cut off. Or we were cut off. Right? So why is it that we can come back to the Most High?
That grace.
Huh?
That grace.
But what gave it that though? Yahawashi. You understand? Bringing Israel back together. It's just so now we're reading this. We understand if you miss a Passover, you're going to be cut off, right? So now, imagine in the time of Yahawashi, right? In the time of Paul and Matthew and Mark, right? You had Israelites that were in Italy, in Rome, right? Greece. Were they keeping Passover there? No. So they were what?
Cut off.
Cut off, right? Let's go before that, right? We're just the northern kingdom. They weren't keeping the Passover. So they were what? They were cut off. And what would Jews consider them? Gentiles. You understand? It's simple. It's not rocket science. You know what I mean? Very simple. If you don't keep the Passover, right, you're going to be considered cut off. All right? You're going to be a Gentile. All right? Read on. Call the verse.
Say verse 13.
Come.
But the man that is clean and is not in a journey and forbear to keep the Passover, even the same soul shall be cut off from among his people. Because he brought not the offering of the Most High in his appointed season, that man shall bear his sin.
Right.
And if a stranger shall sojourn among you, and will keep the Passover unto the Most High, according to the ordinance of the Passover, and according to the manner thereof, so shall he do. He shall have one ordinance, both for the stranger and for him that was born in the land.
Come.
And on the day that the tabernacle was raised up, the cloud covered the tabernacle, namely the tent of the testimony. And at even there was upon the tabernacle, as it were, the appearance of fire unto the morning. So it was always. The cloud covered it by day, and the appearance of fire by night. And when the cloud was taken up from the tabernacle, then after that the children of Israel journeyed. In the place where the cloud abode, there the children of Israel pitched their tents. At the commandment of the Most High, the children of Israel journeyed, and at the commandment of the Most High they pitched. As long as the cloud abode upon the tabernacle, they rested in the tents.
Right. So, at the commandment of the Most High, they journeyed. At the commandment of the Most High, they pitched their tent. What was the commandment of the Most High?
What do you mean?
How was the Lord commanding them to journey?
Like how do you
With the
speak?
cloud.
In the cloud,
Oh, yeah.
right? When the cloud moved, what?
They were.
They moved, right? All right, read on.
Verse 19. And when the cloud tarried long upon the tabernacle many days, then the children of Israel kept the charge of the Most High, and journeyed not. And so it was, when the cloud was a few days upon the tabernacle, according to the commandment of the Most High, they abode in their tents, and according to the commandment of the Most High, they journeyed. And so it was, when the cloud abode from even unto the morning, and that the cloud was taken up in the morning, then they journeyed. Whether it was by day or by night that the cloud was taken up, they journeyed. Or whether it were 2 days, or a month, or a year, that the cloud tarried upon the tabernacle, remaining thereon, the children of Israel abode in their tents, and journeyed not. But when it was taken up, they journeyed. Verse 23. At the commandment of the Most High, they rested in the tents, And at the commandment of the Most High they journeyed. They kept the charge of the Most High at the commandment of the Lord by the hand of Moses.
All right. So the Most High was leading the children of Israel in the wilderness by a cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. So what was actually this cloud? Chariot. How do we prove that?
Ezekiel 1. You can read Ezekiel.
Ezekiel?
It describes how the chariots look.
All right.
Which one? Elisha got it.
There's more scriptures than Ezekiel.
All right. Let's get the one in Ezekiel.
It describes how the angels look and the chariot. What does it say? No, it doesn't say cloud though.
Maybe Kings.
Which one are you looking for? Proving that the cloud was a chariot.
Okay.
Ezekiel 1:4.
You sure?
That's Ezekiel 1:4.
Okay. You have that.
Get Ezekiel chapter 1 verse 4. This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 1 and verse 4. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it, and out of the mist thereof as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire. Also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures.
Right. So out of the cloud, we see clouds every day. All right. Clouds don't just burst into flames. All right. Look like amber, and creatures coming out of it. You understand? Well, let's read on.
Zechariah chapter 5 as well.
Yeah.
Verse 5. Also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures,
Right.
and this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man, and every one had 4 faces,
Right.
and every one had 4 wings.
Right.
And their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot, and they sparkled like the color of burnished brass.
Burnished what?
Burnished brass.
Right. So here we have burnished brass, brown, right? Appearance of a man, 4 faces. You understand? this is some creature
Right.
we reading about, right? That just hopped out of this chariot. You understand? So we understand that clouds, anytime you see clouds, it's representing of a chariot, right? And of course they use the words that they had at the time. You understand? Even in now when you watch movies, you always see the spaceship what? Coming with this cloud, right? And if you watch enough sci-fi movies, they'll explain it. That's the heat, the gas or whatever coming off of the spaceship. It's always creeping out of a cloud. You understand? So, what you got?
Zechariah chapter 5. That's just explaining the chariots. I don't know if you want to get that though.
Yeah, we can read that.
Okay. This is the book of Zechariah chapter 5 and verse 1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying robe.
A flying what?
A flying robe.
Read on.
And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying robe. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits.
All right, so how long is a cubit?
2 feet.
Almost 2 feet.
Yeah, approximately 2 feet. Right? Read on.
Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth.
Right.
For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on the side according to it. And everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on the side according to it. I will bring it forth, saith the Most High of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name.
Right.
And it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof, and the stones thereof. Then the angel that talked with me went forth, and said unto me, Lift up now thine eyes, see what is that goeth forth. And I said, What is it? And he said, This is an ephah that goeth forth. And he said, Moreover, this is their resemblance through all the earth. And behold, there was lifted up a talent of lead. And this is a woman that sitteth in the...
We can stop there. We can stop there. Well, we see this flying robe is about to do some damage. Right? That's why everybody's worried about UFOs. Right? You got Space Force. Right? But what else that sound like? That sounds like a nuclear missile. Right? What's about to happen? All this talk with Iran. Right? Iran shot down a spy plane, a drone this week, right? And T-Man, Mr. T, right? President, he had to call off the strike, right? For whatever reason. You know, he didn't like the answers that he was getting. Right? So you can see that we're real close. You understand? It was real close before, you know, things hit the fan. All right? All right, let's go back to the portion.
Chapter 10 of Numbers.
Come, verse 1.
Verse 1. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Make thee 2 trumpets of silver, of a whole piece shalt thou make them, that thou mayest use them for the calling of the assembly and for the journeying of the camps.
Right, so 2 trumpets of silver. You see, that's why we have those. All right, everything we do is according to the scriptures. All right, at the headquarters in Fort Lauderdale, we have those 2 trumpets, and we blow them up on the Shabbat service and on our feast days. All right, read on.
That thou mayest use them for the calling of the assembly and for the journeying of the camps. And when they shall blow them, all the assembly shall assemble themselves to thee at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And if they blow but with 1 trumpet, then the princes, which are heads of thousands of Israel, shall gather themselves unto thee. When ye blow an alarm, then the camps that lie on the east parts shall go forward. When ye blow an alarm the 2nd time, then the camps that lie on the south side shall take their journey. They shall blow an alarm for their journeys. But when the congregation is to be gathered together, ye shall blow, but ye shall not sound an alarm.
Right. So obviously we're reading different ways to blow the horn. Right? There's one way to blow to gather the princes, one way to blow to alarm the people, right? Get the soldiers ready. One way to blow to get people moving. All right? And there's another way to blow the horn to assemble the congregation. All right, read on.
Verse 8. And the sons of Aaron, the priests, shall blow with the trumpets, and they shall be to you for an ordinance forever throughout your generations. And if you go to war in your land against the enemy that oppresseth you, then ye shall blow an alarm with the trumpets, and ye shall be remembered before the Most High your power.
Right, read that again.
Verse 9. And if you go to war in your land against the enemy that oppresseth you.
So if you go to war in your land with an enemy that is oppressing you, right? Why would that enemy be oppressing you, oppressing Israel in their land? Why would that happen? Most High sent them. Right? We going off. You understand? As soon as we got into our land, we were going off. Read the book of Judges. All right? Constantly going off. All right? But even still, listen, the Most High know his people. All right? So what? If you seek instructions, right? Seek the instructions. If you live in the time of the judges, what you got to do? You got to come back to the Torah. See how we going to get up out of this situation that we're in. You understand? Read verse 9 again.
Verse 9. If you go to war in your land against the enemy that oppresseth you, then ye shall blow an alarm with the trumpets, and ye shall be remembered before the Most High your power, and ye shall be saved from your enemies.
Right. So you come back, obviously you come back to these scriptures looking to get out of this oppression. Right? And one of the things you're going to find is, listen, when you're not keeping the commandments, Most High is not with you. Right? Give me Isaiah 59. All right? When you're not keeping the commandments, the Lord is not with you. 59 and 1.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 59 and verse 1. Behold, the Most High's hand is not shortened, that it cannot save.
Right.
Neither his ear heavy, that it cannot hear.
Right. So he don't have short arms. All right. Short arms that he can't reach out and save you. His ear is not heavy that he can't hear you. He hear you crying. Right. Read on.
But your iniquities have separated between you and your power.
Right. Your sin is what separates you from the Most High. You understand? So the reason why we being oppressed, while we would be oppressed in our own land, is why? Because we sinning. Right. Right? We know we all the way finished. We way out here. We in the land of our oppressor being oppressed. Right? So we really got to do extra to get back in good graces with the Most High. Right? There's more on that?
Yeah.
Read.
And your sins have hid his face from you,
right,
that he will not hear.
Right. So he hiding our face, his face from us. You understand? You got something else?
Yeah.
Kind of read it.
Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 15. And when ye spread forth your hands, I will hide mine eyes from you.
Right. Right. You trying to reach out to the Most High, crying and wailing. Right. Got our hands up like they do in the church. Right. Read on.
Yea, when ye make many prayers, I will not hear.
He ain't gonna hear you. You make many prayers, he's not gonna hear you. Read on.
Your hands are full of blood.
Right, full of what?
Full of blood.
Listen, man, the Most High, give me John 9:31. All right. All the crying and complaining that we're doing, people to this day don't realize why we getting shot down in the street. That's judgment from the Most High. Right? Why we being persecuted at the rate that we are.
Right.
They crying. You see it all the time on TV. Mama's crying for their babies. Right? Read on.
This is the book of John, chapter 9, verse 31. Now we know that the Most High heareth not sinners.
How do we know that? How would we know the Lord don't hear sinners? Right? Because we read it in Isaiah, man. You understand? We read it in Deuteronomy. We keep the commandments, He's going to bless us.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's how we know. We seeking the old path. All right? Read on.
But if any man be a worshiper of the Most High and doeth his will, him he heareth.
Him we hear, man. We come back to the Most High, then the Lord going to hear us. Kind of.
Verse 28:9.
Kind of. Grab that.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 28 and verse 9.
Uh-huh.
He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law,
Right.
even his prayer shall be abomination.
Right. You see, when you try to tell somebody, oh, yo, brother, you going off now. You know what I'm saying? You can't eat that ham sandwich. Right? Can't be eating pork. But it's good, man.
Right.
Tastes good. Man, a cat at work said, man, I eat dog if they cook it right. I'm like, yo.
No.
I'm like, bro, man, you can't eat nothing with paws, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not food. Right? People talking about they got ingredients for iguana. You want to eat iguana. Everything ain't food, man.
Right.
You gonna put hot sauce on the roach and eat that?
Probably would.
You know what I'm saying?
Probably do that in Africa.
You being an Israelite, you know, you separating yourself from these beasts, from the rest of beasts of the field, man. And that's what you gotta understand. We think these other nations have knowledge and wisdom and think they know something, right? Just because pork got protein in it,
Right.
right? Lean protein, right? That's foolishness, man. Yeah, you might have lean protein, but they got worms and disease and all kind of stuff. Plus the simple fact the Most High said not to eat it. You understand? Come, what you got?
Ecclesiastes 12:6.
You got it?
Come.
Go ahead, read it.
For the Most High
Read it
hated
loud.
sinners. For the Most High hated sinners,
Come.
and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment.
Right.
Come.
So he gonna keep you to the day of your punishment. You understand? Judgment is not sent swiftly. The sentence against the evil man.
He's 8 and 11.
You got kind. That sounds right. Kind 8 and 11.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8 and verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily.
Right. So just because you take a bite into that sandwich, right, or you skip the Shabbat, sentence has not gone out immediately. Right. Read on.
Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
Right. So now they think they can get away with anything. Right. How many times they steal one car they didn't get away with? What they gonna do? They gonna steal another car. They rob one house, they ain't get caught. They go rob another house, and they keep doing it. They keep doing it. Right? Come.
Right. So that, I mean, even when you look at people who smoke cigarettes, right? Like
Right.
they smoking cigarettes. You know, some people they'll get lung cancer the first year they start. Some people it might take 35 years.
Yep.
The point of the scripture is to say that the Most High will catch up to you one day if you don't put those actions to the side.
Another thing that happened, a smoker will stop smoking
and still,
right? They will be healthy, right? And as soon as they stop smoking, right, they get lung cancer, emphysema, right? Listen, man, the Lord is not mocked. Read on, verse 12.
Verse 12. Though a sinner do evil 100 times.
How many times?
100 times.
100 times. 200 times. That's not the point. Read on.
And his days be prolonged. Yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear the Most High, which fear before him.
Right.
But it shall not be well with the wicked. Neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow. Because he feareth not before the Most High.
Right. It's just a shadow, man. Don't watch people when they getting away with their wickedness. All right. The Bible say the Most High chastise who He love. You understand? So you just got to understand simple fact. The Lord just ain't dealing with certain people. You understand? He gonna let them keep driving off that cliff. Somebody got to go.
He chose His chosen from the beginning.
You see what I'm saying? Somebody got to go. The scripture say He'll send the wicked in your stead. You know what I mean? How many times, like some of us, you know, we late to work. Happened to me a dozen times. Right? Walking out the house, I forget something. Gotta go back in. Right? You come back out, what happened? Accident on the road.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Yo, no, that could have been you.
You saved me.
That could have been you. Yes, or come?
Yeah, come. So one time, I'll just tell a quick story. One time I was at the crib, and I was about to go to work, right? I was already running late, so I was about to go out the door, and then I forgot my belt. So I turned back to go get my belt, And literally, as soon as I turned back, like probably like 3 seconds after I turned back, I hear like 5 gunshots go off outside. Long story short, somebody upstairs shot this dude right there in the parking lot where my car was. And that go to show you that the Most High be looking out for you, man. You know what I'm saying? I might have been running late trying to look for my belt, but that was him protecting me.
Right.
I could have got, jacked up in the way of the Most High doing his work.
Yeah.
You feel me? So we gotta be cautious of those things.
Right. And we gotta, and that goes into having a spiritual mind, having a spiritual eye. You understand? We can't let things, mishaps, break our spirit. Because it always could be worse. You understand? If I'm walking, I bust my toe on a bedpost or something, man, I gotta say hallelujah, man.
Right.
I might go like, I gotta say hallelujah, you know what I'm saying? Because the Lord could be getting me for something I did, something I said.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It could have been worse. Brakes could have went out in the car. I'll take that any day. I'll take chastisement. You know what I'm saying? But when you see somebody living continuously wicked, and you think they prospering, talking about God blessing the dope boys. Right. Listen, man, he's saving them for the day of judgment, man. The day of judgment. When Esau raised up, he's gonna raise up against somebody. You see what I'm saying? Who are you gonna raise up against? Notice when all these events happen, right? Those are events where you're Israelite, you shouldn't be a part of. You see what I'm saying? When these big major events, these shootings and bombings and all this stuff, crowded places, St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day is always a black man getting beat up. Or some black woman getting beat up. Why the hell you out there on St. Patrick's Day? That ain't got nothing to do with you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That ain't got nothing to do with you. Right? Christmas damn sure ain't got nothing to do with you. Right? Thanksgiving ain't got nothing to do. We always had the Broward County Fair. Every year since I've been going, when I was in high school. Every year. Right? And these 5 people get shot.
That's the truth, man.
Right? But not only that, people get trampled. Right? Because everybody trying to rush out. And I was there. You know what I'm saying? Running out. Everybody running. I've seen that. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get out. Man, you fall, somebody fall, man, they finished. They just get stepped on, man. Ain't nobody gonna stop that help. Man, the shots is ringing. You trying to get out of there. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's get back to the portion.
Numbers chapter 10.
Verse 10, yeah, come.
The book of Numbers chapter 10, verse 10. Also in the day of your gladness, and in your solemn days, and in the beginnings of your months, ye shall blow with the trumpets over your burnt offering.
What's the beginning of our months? New moons. Alright, so we blow the trumpet up in the new moon. Alright, read on.
And over the sacrifices of your peace offerings that may be before you for memorial before your power. I am the Most High, your power.
I am Yahweh, your power. Read on.
And it came to pass on the 20th day of the 2nd month, in the 2nd year, that the cloud was taken up from off the tabernacle of the testimony. And the children of Israel took their journeys out of the wilderness of Sinai. And the cloud rested in the wilderness of Paran.
Right. So we understand when the cloud moves, we move. Alright? Read on.
Verse 13. And they first took their journey according to the commandment of the Most High by the hand of Moses. In the first place went the standard of the camp of the children of Judah according to their armies. And over his host was Nahshon, the son of Amminadab. Verse 15. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Issachar was Nathaniel, the son of Zuar. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Zebulun was Eliab, the son of Helon. And the tabernacle was taken down, and the sons of Gershon and the sons of Merari set forth bearing the tabernacle. And the standard of the camp of Reuben set forth according to their armies. And over his host was Eleazar, the son of Shadiar. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Simeon was Shalumiel, and the son of Zerashadai. Verse 20. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Gad was Elisaph, and the son of Dial. Verse 21. And the Kohathites set forth, bearing the sanctuary, and the other did set up the tabernacle against their camp. And the standard of the camp of the children of Ephraim set forth according to their armies. And over his host was Elishama, the son of Ammihud. Verse 23. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Manasseh was Gamaliel, the son of Pedazar. Verse 24. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Benjamin was Abadan, the son of Gideoni. And the standard of the camp of the children of Dan set forth, which was the reward of all the camps throughout their host. And over his host was Azar, the son of Ammishaddai. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Asher was Pagael, the son of Akron. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Naphtali was Ira, the son of Enan. Thus were the journeys of the children of Israel according to their armies, when they set forth. And Moses said unto Hobab, the son of Raguel, the Midianite, Moses' father-in-law, we are journeying unto the place of which the Lord said, I will give it you. Come thou with us, and we will do thee good. For the Most High hath spoken good concerning Israel. And he said unto him, I will not go, but I will depart to mine own land, and to my kindred. And he said, leave us not, I pray thee, for as much as thou knowest how we are to encamp in the wilderness, and thou mayest be to us instead of eyes. And it shall be, if thou go with us, yea, it shall be that what goodness of the Most High shall do unto us, the same will he do unto thee. And they departed from the mount of the Most High 3 days' journey. And the ark of the covenant of the Most High went before them in the 3 days' journey to search out a resting place for them. And the cloud of the Most High was upon them by day, when they went out of the camp. And it came to pass, when the ark set forth, that Moses said, rise up the Most High, and let thine enemies be scattered, and let them that hate thee flee before thee. And then it rested, he said, return, O Most High, unto the many thousands of Israel.
Right. So we have now the Israelites moving. Right? They're on the move now. The cloud has left the tabernacle. They're following. They're 3 days out. And you notice it detailed the families that bore the tabernacle, right? Bore the ark, their responsibilities. They left out with the host of the armies, right? And their captains. All that stuff we went over prior. All right, chapter 11.
Chapter 11, verse 1. And when the people complained, it displeased the Most High. And the Lord heard it, and his anger was kindled. And the fire of the Most High burnt among them, and consumed them that were in the uttermost parts of the camp. And the people cried unto Moses, and when Moses prayed unto the Most High, the fire was quenched. And he called the name of the place Taberah, because the fire of the Most High burnt among them. And the mixed multitude that was among them fell a lusting. And the children of Israel also wept again, and said, who shall give us flesh to eat? We remember the fish which he did eat in Egypt freely, the cucumbers and the melons, and the leeks, and the onions, and the garlic. But now our soul is dried away. There is nothing at all beside this manna before our eyes.
All right, so what's going on now? What's going on? Complaining. Ungrateful Negroes, man. Right? They eating manna from heaven. All right? But what? What they want? They want the fish, the melons, the cucumber from Egypt. All right? And that's going to be some of our people, man. Right? When we back in the wilderness. Listen. I remember some years ago there was a protest in France. All right? I don't remember what it was. But it don't take white people much to protest. Right? They understand freedom. right? They understand what it takes to be free. This white man here in America went to war with the white man in England for taxes. You understand? As far as we're concerned, man, we way beyond just going to war for taxes, man.
Come on.
You know what I mean? But what? We got brothers that don't want to give up air conditioning.
Come on.
Right? Like something happened, let's say a situation with Starbucks. Right? When them two brothers was just sitting waiting on a meeting and they called the police to get them out. They didn't think, man, them brothers could have got shot by the police. Right? And everybody was saying, oh, we're going to protest Starbucks. Y'all remember that?
Yeah. Come
Right? Who really protested Starbucks, man? People still wanted they croissants and they lattes. Man, people weak, man.
That's what it is.
We weak.
Give them a little sell, that gift.
Right.
Forget about the problem.
You see what I'm saying? That's why the scripture say a gift destroyed the heart, man. Right? What was Israel promised? A land of their own, man. Right? Most High being with them. They want some damn cucumbers from Egypt.
For real.
You know what I'm saying?
Thinking about cucumber.
Wouldn't you be upset?
Come on.
Right? Read on.
Verse 7.
Uh-huh.
And the manna was as coriander seed, and the color thereof as the color of bdellium. And the people went about and gathered it, and ground it in mills, or beat it in a mortar, and baked it in pans, and made cakes of it. And the taste of it was as the taste of fresh oil. And when the dew fell upon the camp in the night, the manna fell upon it. Then Moses heard the people weep throughout their families, every man in the door of his tent. And the anger of the Most High was kindled greatly.
Mm-hmm.
Moses also was displeased.
Uh-huh.
And Moses said unto the Most High, wherefore hast thou afflicted thy servant? And wherefore have I not found favor in thy sight, that thou layest the burden of all this people upon
The what?
me? The burden of all this people upon me.
Right, so this man ain't good enough. Right? People still crying and fussing. Imagine you're a teacher, right, in a room with some bad kindergartners, some bad school children. Right?
Lose your mind.
Multiply that by 1,000. Right? This is how Moses feel right now. Moses feel like this is a curse. Right? That the Most High plagued him with this situation. Read on.
Verse 12.
Uh-huh.
Have I conceived all this people?
Have I what?
Conceived all this people?
Right? So he been saying, man, these ain't my kids. Well, I gotta take care of them. Right? Right? Read on.
Have I begotten them,
Uh-huh.
that thou shouldest say unto me, carry them in thy bosom,
Uh-huh.
as a nursing father beareth the sucking child, unto the land which thou swearest unto their fathers?
Right. So, man, listen. I don't know. Hey, Moses, you know Moses had to be tight with the Most High, but he kind of getting a little too comfortable right now. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
Whence should I have flesh to give unto all this people?
Mhm.
For they weep unto me, saying, give us flesh that we may eat.
Right, where am I gonna get all this food from? Where am I gonna get it to give it to him, right? And that's one of Moses' thing, you know. The Most High, you know, gave him this power. You know what I'm saying? It's giving him this power. You know, all he gotta do is ask. Right? That's all he gotta do. Moses thinking it's him gotta do this thing. When the whole time it's the Lord doing it. The Lord taking him out of Egypt. The Lord is preparing, you know, all this food for them. Moses thinking, you know, they complaining to him, but he thinking where I gotta go get it from? Who you think he gonna get it from? You see what I'm saying? All Moses gotta do, man, is go to the Most High. Hey, look, man, these people here, they tripping right now. Help me out. Right? That's all. He ain't gotta get flustered. And that goes for us, you know, in our everyday life. You know, when things ain't going too right or things change, we ain't gotta go crazy about it. You understand what I'm saying? Just figure it out. Figure it out, take care of it. Alright? Read on.
Verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
I am not able to bear all this people alone, because it is too heavy for me. And if thou deal thus with me, kill me, I pray thee, out of hand, if I have found favor in thy sight, and let me not see my wretchedness. And the Most High said unto Moses, gather unto me 70 men of the elders of Israel, whom thou knowest to be elders of the people, and officers over them, and bring them unto the tabernacle of the congregation, that they may stand there with thee. And I will come down and talk with thee there, And I will take of the spirit which is upon thee, and will put it upon them. And they shall bear the burden of the people with thee, that thou bear it not thyself alone. And say thou unto the people, sanctify yourselves against tomorrow, and ye shall eat flesh. For ye have wept in the ears of the Most High, saying, who shall give us flesh to eat? For it was well with us in Egypt. Therefore the Most High will give you flesh, and ye shall eat. Ye shall not eat 1 day, nor 2 days, nor 5 days, neither 10 days, nor 20 days, but even a whole month, until it come out of your nostrils.
So they come out of your nose, man. Right? So you know the Lord, he kind of heated. He kind of heated right now, right? So I remember when I was a kid, and I used to nag my sister, me and my sister in the house. I used to nag her, you know, hungry, want some food, want something, right? And she'll, you know, in her frustration, right, she might get something like,
right.
Eat that. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I see. You know, see going on here. You want some food, huh? All right, I'm gonna give you so much food. You're gonna be sick of it. All right? All right, read on.
And it be loathsome unto you.
Till you hate it. All right, you're gonna get so much food, you're gonna hate it. Read on.
Because that ye have displeased the Most High, which is among you.
You have despised the Lord. Read on.
Oh, Salaki. Despised the Most High, which is among you, and have wept before him, saying, why came we forth out of Egypt?
Why we came out of Egypt? All right?
That's crazy, man.
Right. Why did you free us from slavery? Right? And listen, it's gonna be man, this walk, it's a rough road, man. This walk we doing right now, it's a rough road. Because if we think we dealing with people now, all right? Wait till you know stuff start happening, then they gonna start complaining. Right? Because you know you coming to this truth, man, you ain't coming here to get rich. Right? You ain't coming here to get free time, spend more time with your family, right? No, because we understand this is work. We're not in that position. We don't have that, what am I looking for? That luxury, right? To just, because we ain't got it. We serving on our bid right now. We in a hole. We got to dig it out. We got to get out. You know what I'm saying? You looking for something?
Well, I was just looking for when we go back into the wilderness again, maybe purged out.
Read on.
Verse 21. And Moses said, the people among whom I am are 600,000 footmen. And thou hast said, I will give them flesh, that they may eat a whole month. Shall the flocks and the herds be slain for them to suffice them? Or shall all the flesh of the sea be gathered together for them to suffice them?
Right. So we're gonna kill all the animals to make you happy. I'm gonna kill all the animals, I'm gonna kill all the fish in the sea to make you happy. Alright, read on.
And the Most High said unto Moses, is the Most High's hand waxed short? Thou shalt see now whether my word shall come to pass unto thee or not.
Right.
And Moses went out and told the people the words of the Most High, and gathered the 70 men of the elders of the people, and set them round about the tabernacle. And the Most High came down in a cloud, and spake unto him, and took of the spirit that was upon him, and gave it unto the 70 elders. And it came to pass that when the spirit rested upon them, they prophesied and did not cease. But there remained 2 of the men in the camp. The name of the one was Eldad, and the name of the other Madad. And the spirit rested upon them, and they were of them that were written, but went not out unto the tabernacle. And they prophesied in the camp. And there ran a young man and told Moses, and said, Eldad and Madad do prophesy in the camp. And Joshua the son of Nun, the servant of Moses, one of his young men, answered and said, my lord Moses, forbid them. And Moses said unto him, enviest thou for my sake with the Most High that all the Most High's people were prophets, and the Most High would put his spirit upon them? And Moses got him into the camp, and he and the elders of Israel. And there went forth a wind from the Most High, and brought quails from the sea, and let them fall by the camp, as it were a day's journey on this sea, on this side. And as it were a day's journey on the other side, round about the camp, and as it were 2 cubits high upon the face of the earth.
Right. So you have quail, all right, getting blown in by this wind.
It's crazy.
Right? And it's so much quail when they hit the ground, it's two cubits. So it's about 4 feet high. Alright? 4 feet deep. Quail. Alright? Read on.
Verse 32. And the people stood up all that day, and all that night, and all the next day, and they gathered the quails. He that gathered least gathered 10 homers, and they spread them all abroad themselves round about the camp. And while the flesh was yet between their teeth, ere it was chewed, the wrath of the Most High was kindled against the people. And the Most High smote the people with a very great plague. And he called the name of that place Karath-Hatava, because they buried the people that lusted.
They did what?
They buried the people that lusted.
Right. Read on.
And the people journeyed from Kibroth-Hattaavah unto Hazeroth, and abode at Hazeroth.
Right. So, the Lord sent all these quail, and they just eating. Most High was looking at them, looking at these ungrateful, lust-filled, can't be pleased.
Right.
Right? I'm taking you out of bondage, you constantly complaining, smote them with a plague.
Right.
Right? Ezekiel 20 and 32.
Oh, that's, yeah, you got
Brought up the
it.
wilderness.
Oh,
Okay.
I had a question. Because he spoke about the lusting, about the people that lusted they killed. In verse 4, that mixed multitude, that was strangers and Israelites also. Right?
No, that's because you remember it numbered their armies. Right? So we know the armies are men. You understand? So now you have what? You have women, you have children, you have elderly men, elderly women. You understand?
I was asking because right after that it said, amongst, in verse 4, it says, and the mixed multitude that was among them fell lusting. So they came like that. It was like a spirit of lust that fell upon them. So I was trying to figure out because it was strangers.
Oh, okay, I see. Verse 4. Okay, come. And the mixed multitude that was among them fell a lusting. And the children of Israel also wept again and said, who shall give us flesh to eat? Right.
They were lusting after the food.
Right, so they followed, what they doing? They following after the other nation.
Yeah.
All right, the people amongst them. The people amongst them who they supposed to buy as slaves, who's supposed to be following them. Right? The people that's supposed to be following them, they following they captives. You understand what I'm saying?
That is.
Right. You got that? Kind of read.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 20 and verse 33.
Uh-huh.
As I live, saith the Most High, thy power, surely with a mighty hand, and with a stretched out arm, and with fury poured out, will I rule over you. And I will bring you out from the people, and will gather you out of the countries wherein ye are scattered, with a mighty hand, with a stretched out arm, and with fury poured out. And I will bring you into the wilderness of the people.
Bring you where?
Into the wilderness of the people.
Right, so it's the same way we came out of Egypt, man. Same way we're going to come out of this Egypt. Right? With a strong hand. What does that mean?
Fine.
Strong, yeah, but strong hand. Like, what can a man do with a strong hand?
Destruction.
If you got strong hand, what can a simple man do with a strong hand?
Heavy stuff up.
Huh?
Wield the heavy swords.
I mean, I know I can tear a wall down. I've done that.
Straight wrath.
Right? I've ripped up flooring. I've torn down walls. You understand what I'm saying? Imagine the Most High with a strong hand. He killed nations. You understand? He gonna send plagues, destruction, pestilence, kill your firstborn. You understand? That's a strong hand. Fire and brimstone. Right? And he gonna do what? Bring us back into the wilderness. Same way we was in the wilderness here. That's how we know we're gonna be going through the same thing in the second wilderness. All right? Read.
And there will I plead with you face to face, like as I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt.
Right.
So will I plead with you, saith the Most High thy power. And I will cause you to pass under the rod.
Pass under the what?
Under the rod.
Uh-huh.
And I will bring you into the bond of the covenant.
Bond of the covenant. What does that mean? What's a rod?
Used to correct.
Used to correct, right? So you beat somebody with a rod, right? The scriptures say the rod is for the back of fools, right? The rod is for correction. You understand? The bond of the covenant, right? When you bond, what's a bond?
Agreement.
Right? You now belong to that covenant. So if you're under the rod of the covenant, what does that mean? You're going to get corrected. Right? And judgment will fit the punishment. You understand? So if you do something worthy of death, you will be put to death. Right? We're going to get that for you. Continue reading.
Verse 38. I will purge out from among you the rebels, and them that transgress against me.
Right.
I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn, and they shall not enter into the land of Israel. And ye shall know that I am the Most High.
That's how you're going to know I am Yahweh. Because if it happened anywhere else, this ain't Yahweh. It ain't me. All right, read on.
Verse 39. As for you, O house of Israel, thus saith the Most High thy power, go ye, serve ye every one his idols, and hereafter also. And if you will not hearken unto me, but pollute ye my holy name no more with your gifts and with your idols, for in my holy mountain, in the mountain of the height of Israel, saith the Most High thy power, there shall all the house of Israel, all of them in the land, serve me. There will I accept them, and there will I require your offerings, and the first fruits of your oblations, with all your holy things.
Right? So see, right now, yes, we are under a period of grace. You understand? But with anything, you know, if your light bill is past due, and you call them, and you tell them, hey, listen, you know, I ain't got it this month. Can you set it back? All right? They'll give you a grace period. But what happens when that grace time is up? You either pay up or the lights go off. You understand? The Most High gonna come and collect. All right? Give me Isaiah 66. All right? I believe it's 66 and 15. Come. Read that.
Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15. For behold, the Most High will come with fire, and with his chariots.
His what?
With his chariots, like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire.
Right.
For by fire and by his sword will the Most High plead with all flesh.
That's that strong hand. You understand? That's that strong hand he's talking about. Fire and fury. Will he plead with all flesh? There ain't no pleading like, oh, how you doing, Mr. Edomite? Right? How you doing, Mr. Cushite? Right? Scripture say, ye Ethiopians shall be slain by my slaughter. Ain't nobody getting a pass.
Right.
All right, read on.
And they, Salakia, 16, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Most High shall be many.
Right.
They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens, behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh.
Eating what?
Swine's flesh.
How you purifying yourself eating swine's flesh? Right? I mean, they got their own system, man. They figured it out. They figured out how to get clean. Right? They figured out the right way. Right? We ain't dealing with none of that old stuff. We ain't going back to the old way. We figured this out. We could eat swine's flesh. What the Lord say you gonna do?
For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
Read on.
They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens, behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination in the mouth shall be consumed together.
Shall be what?
Consumed together.
Shall be consumed together. That's under the rod of the covenant. You understand? Let's go back to the portion. Chapter 12, verse 1. I believe we are going to verse 6. 6? All right, come. Actually, 15.
Oh, yeah.
Come.
Which one? But 12? Which one? I just checked.
This right here.
That's not the one we
The
use.
same one.
Today's the what? 23rd, right?
22nd.
Oh, 12:16. Salakia. My bad.
Come.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 12, verse 1. And Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married. For he had married an Ethiopian woman.
All right, so Moses, he had got with an Ethiopian woman, right? Now, was this after he got the commandments?
This is before.
Was this after he got the commandments?
Come.
It was after?
Nah.
Come on. Couldn't be after. Right? How is he going to tell the children of Israel to separate from everybody? And he hooking up. Huh?
Talking about the one that you
Right. Right. Yeah, how is he going to tell the people how to deal with other nations? But he dealing with other nations, right? This one was somebody he had before you could say he was in the truth, right? Before he had the truth, right? Before he had the commandments. Right, so now Aaron and Miriam upset about this and bringing this up to him, right? Read on.
And they said, "Hath the Most High indeed spoken only by Moses?"
Right, so the issue ain't the woman per se, right? But she trying to use, they're going to use that as a pretext to bring up something against Moses, right? Is the Lord only dealing with him, right? They looking for an excuse. They think they have one. Read on.
"Hath he not spoken also by us?" And the Most High heard it.
Right,
Now
so we spoke to the Most High too. He hear us, right? Read on.
Now the man Moses was very meek above all the men which were upon the face of the earth. And the Most High spake suddenly unto Moses and unto Aaron and unto Miriam, "Come out ye three unto the tabernacle of the congregation." And they three came out.
All right, so the Lord is like, hold on, right? Okay, the Most High chose Moses, right? Understand this, Miriam, right? Since she was a child, right? What happened? She watched Moses get taken up by the Pharaoh's daughter, right? And Miriam, being smart and being clever, she said, "Should I go get one of the women to nurse the child?"
His mother,
Right?
his biological.
Con. She went and got her mom. You understand what I'm saying? She didn't come out there and say, "Hey, that's my brother. Can I go get my mom?" You see what I'm saying? No. So we know Miriam has some sense from her youth, right? Aaron. The Most High chose Aaron to do what? He's high priest. You understand? He's the high priest. But now we about to see how special Moses is right now. Right? Read on.
Verse 5. And the Most High came down in the pillar of the cloud and stood in the door of the tabernacle and called Aaron and Miriam. And they both came forth. And he said, "Hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Most High, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream. My servant Moses is not so."
Is what?
Is not so.
So if there's a prophet among you, I'll show myself in a vision or in a dream. But Moses, I don't deal with Moses like that. Right? How he deal with Moses?
My servant Moses is not so, who was faithful in all mine house. With him will I speak mouth to mouth.
Mouth to mouth.
Even apparently, and not in dark speeches.
So he ain't gonna give him riddles. Right? He ain't gonna give him riddles. Right? When you read Esdras, right? He's seen all these visions. Man, he constantly asking the angel, what does this mean? What does this mean? What does this mean? How long is this? When's this gonna happen? When's that gonna happen? Angel getting mad at him. Right? When we read Isaiah, Zephaniah, when we read in Revelations, Daniel, man, them things is riddles. Visions. Things they couldn't put it together. But why can we put it together? Because we have everything right here. We have it all. You understand what I'm saying? They didn't fully understand what they were looking at. Because even in those visions, the angel asking Daniel, "You understand what this means?" Daniel was like, "No, tell me." You understand? But with Moses, he said, "Not so. I deal mouth to mouth with Moses. I don't deal with dark speech." Read on.
"And the similitude of the Most High shall he behold. Wherefore, were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses?"
Right, so you see how I deal with Moses, man. And you telling me you ain't afraid to talk to him, talk about him that way?
Right.
So the Most High taking this disrespect personal. You understand? He taking this personal. He taking it as an attack against him. Read on.
"And the anger of the Most High was kindled against him. And he departed. And the cloud departed off the tabernacle. And behold, Miriam became leprous."
Became what?
Leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous.
She was leprous. She looked like a Caucasian. Let me put it to you that way. You understand? All her pigmentation is gone. Right, she looked like a white woman today. Read on.
And Aaron said unto Moses, "Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, Lay not the sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned.
Right. So Aaron see this thing, man. He say, Lord, don't do this sin. Don't do this to us. Right? He see that condition fall upon his sister. He's saying, Lord, please don't do this to us. Read on.
Let her not be as one dead.
Let her not be as what?
One dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed, when he cometh out of his mother's womb.
Right. So people will say, people try to come up with us and say dark skin was a curse. Right? But when if you don't read that in here, you understand? Lack of pigmentation is the curse. This leprous, this thing, right, is the curse. Read on.
Verse 13. And Moses cried unto the Most High, saying, Heal her now, O Yahweh, I beseech thee. And the Most High said unto Moses, If her father had but spit in her face, should she not be ashamed 7 days? Let her be shut out from the camp 7 days. And after that, let her be received in again.
Right, so she couldn't even be amongst the people, man. She got that skin condition. She can't even be amongst the people. But today, in this society, man, we can't do nothing without a white man. You understand? We can't even get salvation if he ain't there. You understand? Read on.
And Miriam was shut out from the camp 7 days. And the people journeyed not till Miriam was brought in again. And afterward the people removed from Hazarah and pitched in the wilderness of Paran.
Right. So they're right now we're in Paran at this point in time. So here ends the portion.
All right, hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Any questions? Yeah, you keep going. Any questions? No questions? All right, come.
Oh, matter of fact, what's a homer? I was thinking about that when we read it. I didn't get to ask that question.
Isn't that a weight or something like that?
It's a unit of measurement.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I'll pull up the definition for the Hebrew word.
Oh, so that was
A omer is an ancient unit of measure used in the era of the temple in Jerusalem. It is used in the Bible as an ancient unit of volume for grains and dry commodities. An omer was equal to 0.1 ephah. This is believed to be equal approximately 43 ounces. All right, so that's an omer. Any other questions?
10 homers.
So if a father spits in her daughter's face, she's gonna be unclean for 7 days.
Right, it would be a shame to her.
Shame, baby.
Right. Daughter did something, father spit in her face.
Yeah, getting spit in your face is one of the worst things that can happen. In the scriptures, man, like
Absolutely.
there's a story that comes to mind about
Onan? In Genesis?
Is that the one where I think he didn't take care of his kid or something?
No,
like
he
that,
didn't
or his
want to
family?
raise seed for his dead brother.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, and they called him loose shoe.
Right.
Because
So,
they spit in his face and loosed his shoe,
Yeah.
and they say, "Oh, you the man, the loose shoe guy." You know what I'm saying?
we can bring that up. Because actually a law in the Bible.
That was before Esau and Jacob.
No.
Deuteronomy 25.
25 or what?
9. Oh, well, it's a little bit before now.
Okay. Let's start, shall be the first one? 25. Alright, verse 5. Verse 5. Yeah, read verse 4. I like verse 4. Verse 4 doesn't have anything to do with it, alright? But I bring this out from time to time. Read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 25 and verse 4.
Uh-huh.
Thou shalt not muzzle the ox when he treadeth out the corn.
Alright, so what does that mean? Muzzle the ox. What's a muzzle?
Cover the mouth.
Cover the mouth. If the ox's mouth is covered, what can it not do? Eat, right? So, let the ox eat while it's plowing the corn. You understand what I'm saying? While it's working. That's why when you work at certain restaurants, right? They let you eat while you're cooking. While you cook, you can eat there for free, right? But you know, in slavery time, right? When we out there cutting cane, well, we couldn't even eat the damn cane we cut. You understand what I'm saying? So you know that, right?
Yeah, that's what they did.
Right. That's just wisdom, right?
Right.
If you have an operation, you have a business or enterprise, you understand? Let your people who work for you get some benefit of that enterprise, of what they're doing, because what they're gonna perform better for you. You know, you understand? If the ox is eating as he's working, you know, eating as he's working, you know, he's good. You know, but if you muzzle him, he ain't eat. You know, he's not gonna be able to go as long. You understand? All right. Verse 5.
Verse 5. If brethren dwell together and one of them die and have no child, the wife of the dead shall not marry without unto a stranger.
Right. So the wife who's married to the brother that died, right? She's not supposed to go off and marry a stranger, right? Because what happens? She's now a part of that family, right? When you give your daughter off, right, you are giving her away to that man and his family. She now belongs to that family. Even to this day, what happens? The woman takes on the last name of the husband because she is now that family, right? So to keep her in that family, that's why this law is put in place. Read.
Her husband's brother shall go in unto her and take her to him to wife.
Right.
And perform the duty of an husband's brother unto her.
The what?
Perform the duty of an husband's brother unto her.
So it's a brother's duty to do that, right? Your brother's wife, she's a widow now. She's suffering. She's by herself. You understand? You can't just send her back. It's your duty to now raise up seed for your brother. Right? Read on.
Verse 6. And it shall be that the firstborn which she beareth shall succeed in the name of his brother, which is dead, that his name be not put out of Israel.
Right. So that his name, his remembrance is not put out of Israel. Right? He has somebody that takes his place. Right? You raise up seed for him. Right? Read on.
Verse 7. And if the man like not to take his brother's wife, then let his brother's wife go up to the gate unto the elders and say, my husband's brother refuseth to raise up unto his brother a name in Israel. He will not perform the duty of my husband's brother. Then the elders of his city shall call him and speak unto him. And if he stand to it and say, I like not to take her, then shall his brother's wife come unto him in the presence of the elders, and loose his shoe from off his foot, and spit in his face.
And do what?
Spit in his face. And shall answer and say, so shall it be done unto the man that will not build up his brother's house.
Right.
And his name shall be called in Israel the house of him that hath his shoe loose.
Right. So it may sound silly to us, right?
It's bad.
But it's a shameful thing, right? It's shameful. It's shameful to not want to have your brother's name go on.
All right.
So you would get shamed for that. And I recently heard on the news, it was just playing. Some politician or somebody got with the widow of his brother, and they were making such a big deal about it. Big deal. And I'm like, well, ain't nothing wrong with that, right?
Right.
But
according to the scripture,
right? Scripture ain't nothing wrong with that, right? But probably in this wicked kingdom, they're probably doing stuff behind the brother's back.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm sure they don't know nothing about this.
Right.
What we read in here, you know what I mean? They didn't do it so she's protected and have security and stuff. They didn't do it for that. They was probably messing around long before.
I think a lot of times we have to really get out of the mindset of this kingdom or this wicked society that we're being brought up in, because we know that the ways of the Most High is true and right. So I mean, they probably taught us like, your brother dies, you're supposed to let her just go, but that's not thus said the Most High. The Most High has other word. He says we have to take that wife of our brother, man.
All right. Romans 12:2. All right. So do we do that today?
No, they don't do it.
I don't know. Get counsel.
We do that today.
Get counsel. Get counsel first. You understand? Get counsel. Romans 12:2.
All right, perfect. This is the book of Romans chapter 12 and verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed.
Be ye what?
Transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High.
Right, good, acceptable, perfect will of the Most High. Not people. You understand? Not people. I had a new video put out, alright? I was talking to some young ladies on the street, right?
Right.
And I never said anything directly to them or about them. You understand? I just simply went into the scriptures describing modest apparel, right? How a wife should be to her husband and how a husband should be to their wife, right? Simply trying to give them some insight on how to choose a man. You understand? And not get jammed up like the same women that want to call me a predator for that.
Right.
You understand? Call me a predator for telling 15-year-olds to dress modestly, to not want to show off their body. But I bet you them same women know every R. Kelly song.
Right.
You understand? I bet you them same women single and have many men. Many. You understand? Because for you to be so wicked to say what I was doing was wicked, man, that's the way this world is backwards, man.
Right.
This world is backwards. Give me that scripture in John 5, man. Give me that, man.
1 John chapter 5, verse 19.
Right, this whole world is backwards. We got to get back to the mindset that pleases the Most High. Right? And at the same time, we know what we're going up against. We know they're going to call us names. You know, I'm the one had this video down in South Beach, right? With all those fairies twerking, right? Man, I said women don't, the nastiest women don't act like that.
Right.
Right? But they got something to say about the brother's hair. They got something to say about how he talk.
Whole dance routine. And they
Right?
about his hair.
You got a group of men out there dancing. And not just dancing, they doing that thing you can't look at, man.
Right.
It make you feel unclean looking at it, man. You feel the fire looking at it.
Right.
Like somebody abused you.
Right.
Just by watching the video.
Watching the video.
And they got some evil to say about the brother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Read that.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 5, verse 19.
Uh-huh.
And we know that we are the children of the Most High.
Uh-huh.
And the whole world lieth in wickedness.
The whole world lieth in wickedness, man. We gonna get it from these other nations, and worse, we gonna get it from our people, man. You understand? The followers of Christ, they didn't go to prison because they were robbing banks. You know what I'm saying? Murdering people. What they go to prison for? Telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? Telling people not to be whores. Right? Telling people to cover up.
Can I pull the scripture?
Come.
Alright. I'm going to pull 2nd Esdras chapter 14, verse 17.
Uh-huh.
Right? It says, For look how much the world shall be weaker through age. So much the more shall evils increase upon them.
Shall what?
Shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein.
Right.
For the truth is fled far away. Leasing is hard at hand. For now hasteth the vision to come, which thou hast seen.
Right. The truth is fled far from these people, man. That's why the earth get wicked in age. Why? Because everybody doing something new. Everybody doing something new. Right? When you look at into other ancient civilizations and how they talked about Israel, right? We were sand people. You understand? Why were we called Hebrews? Because we still spoke that old Hebrew language. You understand? We still did things the old way. Right? We weren't, we didn't follow, because understand, with Egypt, you know, technology increases. Right? Egypt would be considered today. Oh, we got all this technology and all this stuff. Egypt, they had stuff going on and things like that.
Right.
But what? Israel was looked at as, man, them people with them old customs and this and that. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's our wisdom. The Most High gave us this culture to keep. right? And at the height of, Israel, all nations were subject unto them, right? Why? Because, that's righteousness. You understand? Any other questions? Anything you want to bring up?
Nah, I think we do.
All right, come. That was the portion for today. Shalom.
Oh, hallelujah.
Let's start the video.